Okay, let's go and hop over here. Okay. Hello, welcome back to the channel. So we're just wrapped up our few weeks long experiment of upgrading starter decks on a budget of 10 rare and mythic wildcards. And I think that was a pretty decent success. So I wanted to take that model and move it a little bit further down the road. So what we're doing this week, and if this is successful, we'll continue to do it, but we are building just straight up from scratch budget builds. And so what we're doing with these builds is we are taking a popular strategy and we are building it on a budget with a maximum of 15 rares and mythics. So 15 total, not 15 rares and 15 mythic rares. 15 total is our budget that we're working with. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. So we're not going to see any decks that have like 30 plus rares in it. We're looking to play exactly 15 or fewer than 15 rares and making a deck out of it and trying to make it work on ladder. So first deck this week is going to be mono red aggro. This deck should be pretty easy to pull off as far as the budget is concerned. So let's go see what we got. Okay, here we are. This is our budget build of mono red aggro. So let's go through it card by card and we'll point out the rares and make sure it counts up to 15. So what we're looking at is we're looking at 4 copies of Kamado Faces Kakazan, 4 copies of Monastery Swift Spear, 4 copies of Phoenix Check, 4 copies of Play with Fire, and 2 copies of Shivan Devastator. Out of this entire pile here, the only rare is the 2 copies of Shivan Devastator. So looking at it, it's all commons and uncommons all the way down to here. So it's pretty stock, pretty bog standard as far as mono red decks go so far. Next up, we have 4 copies of Bloodthirsty Adversary. So that brings our rare count up to 6. Then we bring in 3 copies of Felden. That brings it up to 9. And then we're running 4 copies of Lightning Strike. Then we have 3 copies of Furnished Punisher. This is in here to punish all those multicolored decks that like to run a whole lot of not basic lands. Then we have 3 copies of Invasion of Regatha, which is a good spell to just kind of burn out your enemy at the end. So having a little bit of reach, pretty good. Then we have 3 copies of Reckless Stormseeker. And then lands is 19 Mountains and 3 Mishra's Foundry. So let's count them up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that is exactly 15 rares and mythics for the budget mono red. So we're going to take it out onto the ladder and see how it does today. Okay, so we are starting with 3 mountains, 2 Kamano, Bloodthirsty Adversary, and Felden. So I think we'll keep it. So we'll start by playing a single Kamano so that we can have Felden come out as a 3/3. Alright, Mountain. Kamano Faces Kakazan. Pop you in the face for 1. Alright, they come with the Zeator's Proving Ground, so up against some kind of Jund list, or probably, more likely, Domain. His Domain has been very popular in these lower ranks. Alright, smack 'em, yak 'em. Alright, we have 2 lands now. Alright, we got 1 Kamano coming in. The other one is granting a +1 counter to Feldon. Alright, Felden is here. Here's your opportunity to do anything. He chose not to, so we're swinging in for a bunch. Alright, Infernal Grasp, you get it. You still lose 2 life in the process, though, so honestly only saving yourself a single health from that point. Yep, that's pretty much how it goes. Mono red just kind of steals wins. Okay, so we are looking at 2 mountains and a Mishra's Foundry, I mean. We have Swift Spear, Phoenix Check, Invasion Regatha, and Reckless Stormseeker. So I think we're going to start with the Phoenix Check. Right, our opponent gets to go first. Oh, they're playing aggro as well. Okay, yep. Yeah, we're going to go Phoenix Chick on 1. Beat in. And the second turn is going to be Monastery Swift Spear into Kamano, so that the Reckless Stormseeker comes in with a +1/+1 counter. Alright, let's see here. Let's go here. Here. And then we're going to go Kamano faces Kakazan. Okay. That Beast Collar is a little too tall for me, so we're going to have to beat over the head with it. Okay. Shima Kamano's in play. Alright, he chooses not to attack. Alright, so we're going to play the Mishra's Foundry, and then we're going to play a Reckless Stormseeker. It comes in as a 3/4. We're going to give the +1 to him, and we're just going to attack with the Phoenix Chick. We're just going to keep doing this over and over to hopefully force them into a position where they're going to have to attack. And when they do, that's when we're going to crack back. Currently, we are winning the race. Alright, let's attack like that, huh? Alright, that's fine. I will choose no blocks, honestly. I'm not worried about 2 damage. Dude, they cast a spell. They do. A lightning strike. See, that's why we didn't block. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to start with Mountain. And then we're going to cast Play with Fire right here. And then we are going to come in with another Stormseeker. I'm going to give him both of the buffs. Boom, boom. And then we're going to attack with the Phoenix Chick for 3. Yeah. Okay, he says good game. Yep. Okay, so he just wanted to play that last card. Maybe he needed it for a quest. I don't know. Yeah, he kind of like had himself into a position where he couldn't really break through without me just completely running him into the ground. All right, we have 3 mountains: Kumano, Phoenix Chick, and Bloodthirsty Adversary. It is a decent hand. We will keep it. Go with Mountain first. We're going to play... Actually, we're going to play Kumano first, so we can play both Phoenix Chicks next turn and swing for 3. Alright. Cool. Go land. We're going to go Phoenix Chick. Phoenix Chick. We're going to see which one they decide to cut down. Yep, there's the cut down. Called it. Alright. Now we swing in like that. Alright. Chooses not to cast anything. Kamano versus Kakazan comes in. We play Mountain and Adversary. He is choosing which creature he wants to eliminate. Or maybe not. Okay, there you go. He's going to cast Go for the Throat on that. Good choice. Now we attack for 3. Bink bunk. Alright, he's up to 3 swamps now. He's going to play Graveyard Trespasser. Get rid of my Phoenix Chick. Good choice. Alright, let's go Mountain. And let's go Felden. And we'll go next. And we will attack with both of those. Yeah. I can't play it, though. That's fine. Alright, enter. And if he drops a Shieldred, that's probably going to be game against us. Alright, he wants to come in. He's going to take one of my creatures out of my graveyard. Alright, you got it. No blocks. Right, plays a Liliana. Sacrifice a creature.
Off you go.
Alright, let's go and play the Mishra's Foundry. I'm going to play Bloodthirsty. Do we have anything in the yard? We do not. So we're going to say decline. Now let's read this right here. You attack with 3 more. Okay, so it has to be 3 or more creatures. That's fine. Let's go and play another Bloodthirsty. And we go attack this one here, and this one here. There we go. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Alright, they're down to 12. Alright, plays a Swamp. And I'm expecting a Sheldred right now. Okay, swings in, takes care of my Phoenix Chick for me. Thank you. Alright, I go to 11. And he plays Sheldred. Alright, we'll draw a card and see what it is. Okay, it's Lightning Strike, so we're not out of this just yet. Resolve. Let's see here. Let's go Mishra's Foundry. And we will attack with everything. Okay, he wants to block that. He wants to block that. Okay, that's fine. Alright, they go to 7. Hopefully they don't have a follow-up Sheldred for me. That would really suck. Flesh Gorger is just as bad. Okay, so we have Play with Fire now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's keeping his team open to block. Yeah, that's going to make things a little bit difficult. We could all attack. He's going to gain 3 life. Yeah. I'm going to say no thank you. No attacks. End turn. Yes, Infernal Grasp. Loses 2 health. Goes to 5. Liliana. Okay. Yeah, I think you got this one. Good job, champ. Next game, we get to go first, which is fantastic. So we are going to cast the Commander versus Kakazan. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to wait until the end of their turn. And we're going to play with Fire them, and hopefully try and get a creature on top of our library. All right, pass. All right. And a turn, we're going to cast Play with Fire on them. All right, that's Swift Spear. That's coming up to the top. All right, we draw it. We're going to go Mountain. We're going to go the Swift Spear first. Then the Kumano. Right, gets +1. Hit you for 1. Hit you for 2 more. Go to 15. It's not a bad turn, too. I'm not so sure I can count that one. I mean, I'm going to leave it in, but I don't think we can count that. We have to do 1 more at least. Okay, so we have quite a few lands here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lands. We have a Kamano, Play with Fire, and a Shivan Devastator. We at least have something to do with that land, so I think we'll keep it. Alright, opponent's going first. I'm drawing too much land over here. So we're going to say next, end turn. What I'm going to do is we're going to use Play with Fire this turn to hopefully shore up our turn. To shore up our next turn, I mean. 2-3 is pretty decent. Alright, let's go and hit you for 2. Invasion of Agatha, huh? Unfortunately, I gotta send that down below. Okay, that's better. So let's go here, and we're gonna go Kumano. Next, end turn. So that's gonna give us our Reckless coming in with a +1 counter next turn. Take 2. Did not surveil. Well, they did, but they didn't put a land on the graveyard. Cobbled Lancer. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile creature from your graveyard. Exile Lancer from your graveyard to draw a card. How interesting. This is a weird deck. I mean, I'm into it. It's just weird. Let's go and play the Mishra's Foundry this turn. And play the Reckless Stormseeker. Comes with an additional +1 counter on it. Gets the +1 there. Do we attack, is the question. I am not certain, so I'm going to say no attacks. And just see what they do with their turn. Alright, he's playing Ren. He's going to animate a land. Alright, it gets Vigilance, Hexproof, and Haste. Not indestructible. Are you going to attack with it is the question. Network Disruptor. Okay, he's going to tap my creature. Wow, this is a very weird deck. I mean, it's working for him, but it's really weird. Okay. Swing in with those. They get a land. Not too bad. Land for the troubles. Alright, let's go Mountain. Let's go... Fine in haste, but not... Alright, let's go Invasion of Regatha. It's going to deal 4 to you and 1 to you. And then we're going to cast Kamana Faces Kakazan. And that's going to give +1. We're going to go all attack right there. Block that. That takes 3. Not yet. But maybe. Just maybe. Okay. So if Kamano survives next turn, I'll be able to play a +1 Shivan Devastator and give it an additional +1 with a Reckless Stormseeker. Potentially. Alright, so he animates Boseiju. Alright, gets a green. 2 green. 3 green. What's he casting? He's casting another Ren. Okay. What are you going to do with that Ren? He's going to make another land into a 3/3. Is that game? Almost. It is almost game. Wow. That's a very interesting deck. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. Alright. Well, let's see here. Let's go ahead and Devastate. Value for X is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Come in with an additional counter on it. Target creature I control is going to be that creature right there. And then we will attack. Right there. We are losing this game. I just want to kill that Ren. Alright, that's game. Alright, let's go on to another game. That was a very, very weird match. I don't even know what to make of it. It just seriously just looked like a pile of just like weird cards. Especially the Cobbled Lancer. It's like I understand why it's in there, because like you want to like surveil it and get into the graveyard to like draw more stuff, but like, man, what a weird deck. Let's go again. Alright, so we have 3 mountains, Kamano, 2 Bloodthirsty Adversaries, and a Lightning Strike. Seems okay. I'll play the Kamano turn 1, Bloodthirsty on 2 to get that +1 counter. And then just start beating in. Benasadio. I feel like I played against this character before. All right, keep it. Okay, we're playing against soldiers. All right, land, Kumano. Plays Guardian of New Benalia and attacks for 2. Okay, we'll go Mountain, and we're going to play Bloodthirsty Adversary. It's going to come with a +1 counter. Do not have the mana or the spells in the graveyard for the trigger, but we can attack for 3. Right, what you got for me, champ? Talia. Talia. Alright. So we're going to scry 2, get the enlist bonus. Looks like he wants to keep him right there. Alright. The Kumano token is coming in. Okay, then we are going to play Mountain, and then we're going to play with Fire on this Talia right here. It goes bye-bye. And then we go next, and swing for 5. Bink, bink, end turn. Alright, we have another Guardian of New Benalia. Alright. They are choosing to enlist, get the scry action. Still keeping those cards on the top, though. They really like what's up there. Alright, let's see here. Let's go with a Shivan Devastator for 3. Do you have the counterspell? If they have a make disappear, okay, they don't. Alright, so attack and attack. I'm gonna block with that. Ooh, Zephyr Sentinel. Okay, bounces that. Alright, you still take 3. I'm okay with that. My rail. My rail is very naughty. Alright. So this time we are actually going to block the Etching of Kumano. Block with the Etching of Kumano, sorry. Okay. Attackers are assigned, I'm assuming. Just to play with fire. Yep. Block. What do I see here? It's 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, no, we don't block. That's just going to be more damage for us to attack with next turn. Because he's only leaving up his Myrel with no mana open. So let's go Mountain. Let's go Bloodthirsty Adversary. We will pay the extra for the Adversary. Use Play with Fire. Cast Play with Fire, targeting our opponent. With that Mountain on the bottom. And he sees the writing on the wall and he's out. Okay, nice. Our little budget deck did pretty good against soldiers. I like that. You know what? I did have a good time. Decent. Okay. All right. So, hello. How you doing? So, we're back with the post-game wrap-up. And other games that we played today, which were a handful. We had a few standouts and a few things that didn't really even show their faces today, so it's a little difficult to make a judgment call on them. So early game, really, really strong. It's red deck wins. I mean, it's supposed to be really strong. The Kumano into either Swift Spear or into Feldon or Bloodthirsty Adversary is just really, really strong in the early game. Reckless Storm Seeker and Furnace Punisher getting a little bit of reach in the late game is really strong as well. It's got enough direct damage removal and burn through the Invasion of Regatha, Lightning Strike, Play with Fire. Even your Shivan Devastator can basically act as like a fireball that sticks around. So like you've got a decent amount of reach, you've got a little bit of menace, you've got a little bit of flying, so you can get around certain blockers. It's not that difficult to score wins with this deck. I mean, it's solid. I mean, as much as I dislike this deck strategy specifically, I cannot argue with the results. I mean, it's just a good deck. I mean, every version of this that I've played is just a winner. I mean, the fully like net decked version of this is a winner. The budget upgrade deck that we did of this with only 10 rares was a winner. This slightly more upgraded version with 15 rares that honestly doesn't look that much different from the full completed deck is a winner. It's just like you just smash people with red. Red just gets there. I mean, especially in mid-range games where your opponent tends to like dirtle a whole lot rather than actually like progressing the game. I mean, this deck it puts on pressure and it doesn't let up. So, yeah, if this is a deck that you're interested, by all means, here you go. Decklist is in the description down below. You can copy it yourself, play it, climb some ranks. So, until next time. You take care of yourselves.